So today I'm going to give you guys an update on what is going on with me and the YouTube channel at the moment. I think last time I gave you an update was around summertime and it was a bit of a bleak look at what's currently going on with the YouTube channel. But I said I'd update you guys with the end of the year where the channel's going in 2025. So I'll do that for you today. I know some of you guys don't care about these videos and you're just like, Jacob, just get on to talking about stocks again. But I know some of you guys care about this sort of stuff, so for you guys that do care, there's a bit of information on here for you, and also a bit of a thank you as well. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let's get started. So first off, I want to just say thank you to you guys that come and watch the YouTube channel. Obviously, you guys have given up a lot of your 2024 and hopefully into your 2025 to come and watch me talk to you about stocks, and thank you for all the support that you've given over the last 12 months, especially in the back end of the year. The back end of the year has actually been really good for the YouTube channel. We are at around about 16,900 subscribers. So yeah, we're getting to record highs now, and sounds a little bit stupid, but for me personally, the one aim that I always had when I started the stock market YouTube back in 2017, I think it was, the main thing I had was actually to get to 20,000 subscribers. That was actually my aim. I thought that sounded like a pretty good number. Like, you get to say 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. I know that sounds stupid, but that was actually always my target, and we're actually so close to getting to it now. If we carry on the rate that we have been doing in the last few months, we might hit it in 2025, which would be really good if we were able to get there. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd love the days of if we got to 100,000 subscribers and I got to stuck a silver play button on the wall in my office, but yeah, that'd be really cool, and I think there's a good chance we might get there. So we're about 100 short, but we're at record highs, which is really good, so thank you for all that. From where we were in summertime, I think some of you guys might remember, I was a bit like, oh, it's not looking good, I don't know where the YouTube channel's kind of going at the moment. Just to kind of show you into context, so this was July. You can see here we're getting about 33,000 views in that time period, 63 subscribers in that month, and £184, which I was a little bit less active in July because I was away on holiday. But you can see here, like, when you start dividing the normal amount of videos to the amount that I get, it wasn't great amounts of money. It was like £4, £5 every video, which isn't great, but if you look at the current numbers that we've just finished off on December, you can see there's been a big massive improvement. You see here 32% more views than usual in the last 28 days. Views were up to nearly 50k, which is great. That's my target roughly for a channel like me, is to get around about 50k views, and we're about there. Watch time up, subscribers, look at the improvement in the subscribers as well, so thank you for all you new subscribers here. And you can see here we're getting towards £500 a month for the YouTube channel, which I think is a lot more justifying that I can pump out, you know, 5-6 videos a week for you guys when there's a bit more money there than £180. So thank you for all you guys that have supported in the last kind of few months, and a special thank you to everyone on the Patreon as well. If it wasn't for you guys on the Patreon, I would not be able to do 6 videos a week on YouTube. You guys are the reason why I'm able to do that. You support the YouTube channel massively, and we also finished the Patreon on a record amount of subscribers or supporters. I don't know what the correct word is for that one. Yeah, we ended up on record supporters as well on there, so thank you, because if it wasn't for you guys, there would be no 6 videos a week on the YouTube. You are the reason why. If it wasn't for you guys, I would say that we'll probably only be doing like 1 video, 2 videos a week, or even we might not even have any videos on there. So a special thank you to you guys as well. Hopefully, as we go into 2025, we do hit that 20,000 subscriber target. I'd be very happy if we do hit that this year, and yeah, if we can get to the next 100 subscribers, so we're at the you know, the 17k mark, that'd be great, because I'll drop a special live Q&A session for you guys as well. Moving on to the stock market itself, great year again. Obviously, the S&P had a great year. I outperformed the S&P again, which was great. Difference between this year and last year is that last year was a bit of a better year for me. I made a bit better returns. However, this year was the year that I actually locked in more profit. So last year we was coming out like the 2022 stock market crash, which was pretty tough, and 2023 was kind of like a year and watched like all the hard work for buying that dip kind of start showing. 2024, the rally kind of continued, and as the rally continued, I thought some stocks kind of got to fair valuations, some got to overvalued valuations, and some I just wanted to make a bit of money on them. So you had the likes of Darktrace, for example, which was coming out, largest UK holding, was absolutely snapped up for a takeover at the start of the year, which was really good. And then in between, obviously, we've had the likes of Watches of Switzerland that we've sold out for. Obviously, like Hims and Hers, we've just been steadily locking a bit of profit in that one over the last kind of year. So yeah, 2024, it wasn't as good as 2023, only slightly. It's still absolutely fantastic year, don't get me wrong. But what I liked about 2024 is it was the year where I actually locked in a fair amount of profit, which has been really nice. You know, it's actually then have the profit sat there and you're like, you know, it's all on screen and it's all paper gains, but when you actually click that sell button and you see it and it's like, that's your money now, it was a great feeling and to have that kind of rewards coming in. So yeah, if anything, 2024 was a year for me which kind of confirmed to me, like, as an investor, obviously you're improving every year, and I feel like especially over the last few years I've especially improved as an investor from having to go through the 2022 stock market crash. And hopefully, you know, as I improve as an investor and I carry on improving and I keep making more money, hopefully my returns only keep getting better year after year. And it's exciting times now as well, because I look at the amount of money that I have in the market now compared to even like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and you know, it's actually getting quite serious where you're like, wow, you know, I'm at work and I'm thinking I've just sold the amount of money that I would make in, like, you know, if say I'm trimming a position, I'm like, I've just trimmed the position and made the profit that I would probably from like working a whole week or even a month sometimes in my actual job. And that's a really exciting point when you get to that point of view, which kind of leads me on to my next one. So I don't really talk about it too much, but I also invest in property. I don't really talk about it in the YouTube space that much. Obviously, I'm more stock market based content. I think a few people have asked me to go more to property, and I've never really seen the demand for the videos on the property side of it, to be honest with you. I think if anything, it probably, if I was to go more that way, it would probably have to be a complete new channel, I would expect. I don't think it would fit in with my current audience. But property wise, so exciting thing that should happen today. I hopefully, if everything goes okay, should be paying off my mortgage on one of my rental properties, which means that I'll be mortgage free. Apart from the property that I do live in, I still have the mortgage on that property. But apart from that, my last buy to let mortgage will be paid off, which is great. So all that kind of income from that property now is obviously coming straight to me rather than having to pay some of that that rent off, which is great. Frees up the potential for another buy-to-let property maybe this year, which is exciting. The you know, people ask me all the time about, you know, property to stocks, and maybe today's not the video to get on to property. Should you invest in property and stocks, or both of them? You know, what's the ideal thing? But the big thing that made me, I was always a bit 50-50 on by, you know, what's the correct mix? Should I just go stocks? Should I just go property? And the big thing that really helped me is that obviously, you know, the stock market, you can make very good money very quickly, and it's not much hassle. You know, you can click buy, sell, and it's you know, the liquid there, the cash is there in your account very quickly. Stocks, obviously, property, a little bit more different, isn't it? You know, there's a lot more paperwork, I would say. Sometimes you can get a little bit more hassle. But the great thing that I realised going through the 2022 stock market crash is how good property investments are, because when the stock market's going down and you like, you know, when this was going on, you're trying to find cash rapidly. And trust me, like during that period of time, I think I said to you guys, like I was working so much overtime where possible to get more money to buy stocks. And as well as that, my property investments, it was actually nice seeing like the cash coming in every month from the property and be like, right, there's another source of money. I can put it into the stock market. And sometimes you don't appreciate it until you really need it. And when you get that monthly payment, it was very handy during the 2022 stock market crash, when then property, the rents were coming in and you were able to then dish it back out into the market. It was super, super useful. Obviously, I've kind of got a pretty healthy cash balance at the moment. I am obviously pretty much mortgage free apart from my house that I do live in. I'm kind of thinking, is now the right time to buy a new property into my kind of the property side of it? And I think the answer is yes. So you might actually, I don't know how much I'll kind of reveal on the YouTube side of it, but I'm thinking of maybe investing into another property this year. I've actually got one that I actually quite like at the moment. It's very early days, so there might be some more news on that going forward, but don't be too surprised if that's something that I do going forward into 2025. So that's going to be something really exciting on my side of it. Something that you guys might appreciate a little bit more. I've tried to set up an eToro account So the reason why I'm on there, unfortunately I didn't know this was going to be my username, Rhodes94. I'd have got it as JK Investing if I knew that was going to be my username. But I've set up an eToro account, and my aim is that this eventually could potentially become a copy trader. And one of the things that would be pretty cool is if I kind of came like a hedge fund manager really, and you know, doing that through the copy trader or the popular investor as they call it on eToro, where you can copy investors and you can invest in them. So I've set up a portfolio and I'm trying to slowly kind of build it up, which is it's a little bit tricky because obviously when you look at the stock market, we're kind of buying right now at the top of the stock market. I would prefer to be trying to build a portfolio up during this time frame. So it's been a little bit tricky. So I am trying to build that up. And then hopefully maybe it comes like a bit of a hedge fund where, you know, you guys, if you want to follow my portfolio or if you want to have the investments that I have, you should be able to invest into it. And the other thing is transparency. You know, obviously on eToro, you can see real time my like year-to-date performance and my holdings, for example. So that's something that I'm trying to build up at the moment. I'm not sure how serious I will take it because my issue is that obviously I've got my normal investment portfolio and the money that I have in here is quite, you know, it is a lot smaller than the money that I'm normally investing in, and I don't know how serious I'll take it, and I don't know how serious I'll take it with like when I'm buying, when I'm selling the position. So I'm not sure if that's going to work out just yet, but I'm going to try it for like the first 6 months of the year, and if it is something that I do like, it might be something that I push a little bit more on the YouTube channel, is doing an eToro account and obviously a popular investor where you guys can obviously follow on with my investments there. And also, you know, if you want, you can probably, you know, copy the portfolio itself. And like I said, so that's something that I'm trying to do in the background. Like I said, don't hold me to it yet because I don't know how serious it's going to be. And probably another reason why is that actually, you know what, I'll come to that one next. So I'll come back to this in a second. I'm going to say another reason why I might be short on time. I'll reveal that at the end. But one thing that I would also like in the YouTube channels kind of in 2025 is collaborations as well. Obviously you guys probably saw the other day I did an interview with the guys at Playing Footsie, which is great because, you know, you get that kind of back and forth commentary a little bit more. You'd be surprised sometimes when I'm kind of sat in this office and I'm here right now, you know, I've got a camera next to me, microphone next to me, screen next to me. You know, sometimes it gets a bit lonely and sometimes it gets a bit like, you know, you're just talking at a screen all the time. So having that back to forth conversation is sometimes something that I really like as well. It's just something a little bit different opinions on different things, stocks that you maybe not always talk about. So I'd really like to get a bit more in like collaboration side in 2025. Obviously I always do the one with the Playing Footsie guys. I'd like to do a few more potentially. The only issue that I do have is that I have actually reached out already for like the last kind of 12 months trying to connect to a few more people that do a lot of content in the UK, and there's a very big pushback on collaborations, unfortunately. It seems like many people are not really up for the collaborations. I won't name names, but that's been a bit of a surprise to me, is that there's been a very not very much of a take up with a lot of the UK content creators are interested. So I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I think it would be good for the YouTube channel, and I think it's good for me as well, rather than just talking at you guys all the time. You might get sick of my voice if I do it all the time. So it's something I'd like to do. Obviously you guys on the Patreon as well, you know, obviously we had Matty come on the Patreon, and we have a couple of chats with Matty, I think once or twice a year, which is, you know, between the Playing Footsie guys and doing the chats with Matty are some of my favourite videos that I personally do. So we'll see if there's any more potential there. And the last thing as well is a change for me personally. Me and my missus are actually expecting to have a baby in March. So we are expecting a little girl in March, which is going to be exciting. I also thinking about how I am going to be able to do a full-time job, how I'm going to do a YouTube channel, how I'm going to run the Patreon, and how I'm going to run my stock market account, and also do all the research on the companies at the same time. I have no idea how I'm going to juggle all this just yet, but we'll see. I guess the thing ultimately is going to come down to, you know, already at the moment, obviously I don't think you guys really see too much of this, but there's quite a few nights where basically let's say my day normally starts at like 7 a.m. and then I actually probably won't get in back in from work until like 5 o'clock, and then I end up doing like the YouTube and the stock market until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So there's quite a few days where basically I'm just working 7 to 9 o'clock, and it is quite a big ask. And the thing is with the stock market side of it, I enjoy it, so it's not too big of an issue for me. But for my missus, obviously, if I'm kind of like not helping at all from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's not great from my side, so I'm unsure how I'm going to do all the balancing yet. Obviously, the first 12 months, she will be on maternity leave, which will help. The only thing is that by then it probably won't matter because I won't be sleeping either for the first few months. So towards the back in the year, I'll probably update you guys and I'll have a better idea where I go with this. I don't know ultimately. Obviously, I'm going to have to free time up from somewhere. I don't know if that comes from the terms of cutting the YouTube videos down, which it would be a bit disappointing because obviously I've made so much progress this towards the back end of the year. It also comes down to the point of view about my full-time job as well. Obviously, I work a full-time job. I don't know if it's a place where potentially I could cut down maybe a day on the full-time job potentially to try and help with the workload. Potentially, that's also another option that I could consider. But obviously, as you've seen before, the fluctuations on what you can get paid in this space can be massive, and it's a big ask. Obviously as well when you've got a new member of the family to support as well. So I don't want to. It would be a bad time to be taking big financial risks. So yeah, it's exciting and it's going to be busy. And obviously, it's not a time frame. I'm not no longer going to be in the time frame now. I'm going to be 31 this year. I'm no longer entering that time frame where I think I can afford to work the 7 a.m. to like the 8 or 9 p.m. at night anymore. I think I've got to try and get a bit more balance in my life. So that's some improvement that I've got to make in 2025, and we'll see where that comes from. But I'll update you guys with the decisions that I do make from that point of view. But apart from that, I hope you guys have a good 2025, and financially as well, I hope you have a very good year. Hopefully a lot of you had a really good 2024 financial year, and hopefully that continues into 2025, and hopefully we all can make money together. Hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you in a bit.